I wish being a deadbeat baby daddy was illegal so some of y'all could go to jail. Or at least add it to the 10 Commandments so we could be sure that y'all are going to hell.
Man lost his 2 kids to hypothermia in a car, and his first response was not guilt, grief, or remorse. It was to avoid accountability and place blame onto the mother.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omolomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are discussing the recent unfortunate incident that happened in Detroit concerning 2 kids who were found unalived in a van due to hypothermia. Now, the mother of the kids and the kids have been living in a van outside a casino, and unfortunately for her, 2 of our kids ended up passing away due to hypothermia.
Everybody who know me know I worship the ground them kids walk though.
The 29-year-old mother of the 2 kids that likely froze to death Monday in the parking structure of the Hollywood casino.
Maybe I asked the wrong people for help, but that was the only thing I did wrong.
Tatiana, remembering how many times she reached out for a place to live, she asked the father of the 2 kids that died.
He had an excuse every time. Either he's working, they can't come where he living. He lived with a female, and the parents and them don't want kids there or something.
She also asked the city of Detroit for help.
I reached out in November. I reached out before that. I've been on the CAM list for a long time. And every time I called and asked if they have a bed, they said they don't have family beds.
So the 7 of them had been sleeping in their 2002 Town and Country van since November, but the kids had everything else.
They ate every day, all day. Goodies, food. They didn't want for nothing. Every day they went to school. I had one mistake.
And the kid's grandmother, 49-year-old Yvette Goodman, was also in the van that day. Did the van run out of gas?
I have no idea what happened. I have no idea.
Did you fall asleep?
Yes.
And then when you woke...
Only night I fell asleep. I usually be woke.
And when you woke up, what happened?
My grandson wasn't moving.
A GoFundMe account has been set up to help the family.
That's one of the reasons we did set the GoFundMe up, so she will be able to have housing for herself and the children, her other remaining children.
Yesterday I woke them up to wake them up from school. My son wasn't moving. And I kept saying, Freddie, please get up. Please. Please, for me, just get up. Don't do this to me. And I tried to give him CPR because I'm a senior and a medical assistant. I've been working there since I was 17. I tried to give him CPR and I was just giving him CPR. I just kept saying, Freddie, don't leave me. Don't leave me, please. I saw the green and brown stuff come out of his mouth. I instantly rushed him to the hospital. I was yelling out the window, stop, stop, stop. We got to get through traffic. My baby, he's dying. We get to the hospital. I told valet, can you go get some help? He took too long, so I got out the car to get help. They came to the car and instantly grabbed my baby on his head, get a stretch. He's not breathing. I feel like it wasn't daytime. I did everything I was supposed to do. They had everything. Everything they wanted. Only thing they didn't have was a house. But from electronics to clothes, anything they asked me for, my kids didn't even get whooped. I lost the one who made me a mother. I lost a 2-year-old. It hurt losing 2 kids in one night. You know, I don't wish this on nobody. And if you can get help, please go get help. Because I don't want nobody else to go through what I'm feeling. Just wherever you can get help from, if it's not from the city, the state, no other city or state, just go. Like, you don't have to suffer. Help. Cold blue. Everybody tried. I didn't even know my 2-year-old was dying. I was in it with my 9-year-old. And they brought her in right after they pronounced him dead. And my mama came to me, she said, Yaya. That's what we call her, but her name is Amelia. We just call her Yaya. And they said she wasn't breathing. And they pronounced her dead too. I asked everybody for help. I called out of state. I called cities I didn't know. I called cities people asked me to call. I even asked Detroit. I've been on cam list for the longest. Everybody now wants to help. After I lost 2 kids, I've been asked for help.
In the interviews that the mother has given, she said that she tried to contact a lot of homeless centers in Detroit, and they were not receptive to her situation. They didn't act on it. Some reports have said that the homeless shelters have actually said that yes, she contacted them. Now, the baby daddy of our kids, and another one that is still alive, because she has 4 kids, I believe, and 3 of them have the same father. The 2 kids that were unalived have the same father, and the father was asked about the situation because in her interview she says she contacted the father, our baby daddy, to come and take the kids, and here's what the baby daddy had to say.
Says she reached out to Curry, who's the father of 3 of her children.
I asked him, I said, can you get your kids for me? I said, I need help. You know I'm homeless. I done kept a room this long. I couldn't keep it no more.
They were homeless. Had Tatiana ever reached out asking to?
No, she did not. All she said was, can I get them? Can I get them just to get them? And can I get them because y'all homeless? That's 2 different things.
She said she had been homeless for 3 months.
Say, I saw it. That's what I saw, about 3 months, but she ain't never said nothing to me. Nothing. So all them other sob stories, they can cut all that. No, she did not.
Curry, who lives in Novi, says Williams never specified why she wanted to drop their kids off to him.
She just asked, can I get them for a couple of days? But I told her I'm working and all that, and I'm out here. We're not close to each other, so I couldn't. But she knows all my family is right around the corner from her.
Did she reach out to any of your family?
No, she did not. And she knows she could have, like we always used to do.
He says the last time he held his children was a month or 2 ago, and that they typically FaceTime, moments he will miss.
And there's a, police investigation into this. What is it you would like to see come of this? Obviously, nothing's going to bring back your 9-year-old and your 2-year-old.
Doesn't even matter to me. Can't get them back, so.
Now, after some information have been released, and after the interview with the baby daddy and the mother, people have been questioning who is at fault. Is it the mother, the city and the homeless shelters in not responding to the mother, or the baby daddy? Let's check out what they have to say, and then I'll come back to share my thoughts.
I wish being a deadbeat baby daddy was illegal so some of y'all could go to jail. Or at least add it to the 10 Commandments so we could be sure that y'all are going to hell. You know what I'm saying? Because that man whose kids died of hypothermia because they was homeless and living in a car with their mama really got on the news and said, she told me to come get them, but she didn't tell me to come get my kids because they was homeless. There's a difference. What? And while I absolutely do not believe that she didn't tell you that they was homeless, they was also homeless for 3 months. 3 months. So at the very least, that means you haven't seen your kids to even make sure they're safe in 3 months. Like, you got on the news proud and tried to blame this lady. Are you serious? Y'all be acting like y'all doing people a favor by taking care of y'all kids. Even if she just said, come get them, they're your kids. You ain't seen them in 3 months. The same way y'all leave y'all kids out to suffer, y'all deserve to rot in jail. And before y'all come on here saying she should have picked better, it's always the ones that don't take care of their kids that want somebody to pick better. Somebody got caught up with you when you tricked them. So you should know of all people that it was a scam from the start.
First of all, man, rest in peace to these 2 children, man. They passed away this weekend in Detroit in a Greek Town parking garage by the Hollywood Casino in Detroit from hypothermia. The mother is homeless. It's 8 people living in this van. I don't know if this is a conversion van, a minivan. I don't know what it is, but it's 8 people living in this van. You have Tatiana and her 4 children, which I don't know the ages of all the children. Then you also have Tatiana's mother and 2 other teenage siblings all living inside this van, right? So they all living inside this van. The news station did a conference with the mother, right? Did like a news conference with the mother, man. And cause she had been saying I had been reaching out, and the city also confirmed that she had reached out several times looking for some type of assistance with housing or getting some type of shelter. So she had been reaching out. It's confirmed from the city that she did reach out several times, and they don't know why no action was never taken with it, right? But she was on a news conference. She was basically saying how she had been reaching out to different organizations, different family members. They had stayed with different family members at different times, but it's a bunch of them, right? So they kind of where they walk them out real fast, because she got 4 kids, and there's 2 other siblings, and there's 2 adults, right? So they wear out, they walking real fast in certain spots. So they back on the road, living on the street. You know what I'm saying? So she specifically said, I reached out to my child's father, right? He's a father to 3 of these children, right? She got 4 kids. He's the father to 3. She said, I specifically reached out to him and said, can you get your kids for a little while, man? I'm homeless. Can you just get them till I get on my feet? Or get them for a couple days, man, while I try to figure something out, right? She specifically said this. He also confirms that she said this, right? My issue comes in with the story, right, is the guy, he says, oh, when she reached out to me to get my kids, she never said nothing about being homeless. She just asked me, could I get my kids for a couple days? Then he also stated that I talk to my kids all the time on FaceTime. So my question is, right, if you talk to your kids all the time on FaceTime, right, the little girl, I think the little girl was 2, the boy was 9, the little girl was 2, I believe, right? Anybody that has a 2-year-old, toddler, any of that, do you know how brutally honest they is? They gonna tell you everything that's going on. They gonna give you shit that you didn't ask for, none of that. So I'm pretty sure this man knew them children was homeless, man, and knew they living situation. Worst case scenario, you say, you know what? I understand you homeless. I'm gonna get the kids, man. I'm gonna get the kids. The kids can stay with me. And periodically throughout the day, you can stop in, check on them. You can't live here. If they had that type of relationship to where they be beefing a lot, you can't live here. But I would allow you to come through here, bathe, do whoop-de-whoop, whatever you need to do, but the kids can live here. Or you just say, you know what? I don't want no dealings with you, but I'll take my kids. I'll take my kids, but I can't have no dealings with you. If I work from 8 to 4, they got to stay with you from 8 to 4, but during the night, they can come here and sleep in my house during the night, right? While I'm gone, because they can't be there by themselves, obviously, because they so young. So during the night, they can come here and sleep, but during the day, you have to figure something out during the day, but they can come here at night and sleep, but I don't want no dealings with you at the worst case scenario. Like, dude was just sorry, man. So that was his excuse, right? That he don't, then they asked him, right? The news reporter asked him, he said, all right, they are doing an investigation into this situation, so what would you like to see happen during this investigation? His look was so numb, and like he was so detached from the situation, right? He was basically like, oh shit, I don't give a fuck what happened. Basically, they did now, so I really don't give a fuck what happened. Whoop-de-whoop-whoop-whoop. But man, rest in peace to these kids, man. It's a sad situation, man. Rest in peace to these kids.
I know y'all saw the interview that the father of those 2 children who just recently passed away from hypothermia, the mom being homeless, and she had them all sleeping in the car and they froze to death and passed away. That interview, wow. Like, I don't know if he thought that he was being convincing with what he was saying and like making people feel sympathy for him, but he literally said, so all these sob stories she's trying to tell y'all, like, I'm not trying to hear none of that. What do you mean, sob stories? Your 2 children passed away. They lost their lives. And the mom also did an interview where she was saying, he knew that I was homeless. I reached out to him for help. And he's going to try to say, no, she didn't reach out to me telling me that she was homeless. Like, she was just like, hey, I need you to watch them. Like, can you watch them? Okay. I don't believe him, number one, but even if that was the case, okay, he said the last time that he saw his kids was a month prior to that whole situation. So you're not even seeing your kids regularly. And she said that she had been homeless for 3 months. So you would have had, like, if you saw your kids a month ago, you would have had to have known that she was homeless because she had been homeless way before that month even happened. And I understand that people grieve in different ways. I totally understand that. But you guys watch that interview and tell me that, like, he doesn't really, like, seem like he cares all that much. I mean, not to say that he doesn't. I'm just saying, like, he doesn't, like, there's not really much emotion coming from him in that interview at all. And the way that he's talking about the mom saying, sob story about her being homeless. How is that a sob story? That's reality. And now 2 of your children are gone, sir. That's just really disappointing to see. Like, your baby mom is telling you that she needs help. She has told you that she needs help. She has asked you to watch the kids. You did it, so you knew that she needed help. You just chose not to watch the kids. Like, that's what this is. You said it yourself. I think that he thought that he sounded and looked totally different than how he actually ended up sounding and looking after that interview. 100%.
Man lost his 2 kids to hypothermia in a car, and his first response was not guilt, grief, or remorse. It was to avoid accountability and place blame onto the mother. I'm going to say that again because I don't think you heard me. A man lost 2 of his children. Those children lost their lives. And his response was not grief, remorse, none of that. It was to avoid accountability and place the blame on the mother. I told y'all when, what was her name, Amora Lex or whatever the hell, turned her kids over to CPS, that I'm a family member who will come get those motherfucking kids. But there's a lot of family members that will not get those kids. And on top of the family member not getting those kids, the daddy isn't coming to get those fucking kids. And you don't feel at least a little bit responsible? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? What the fuck? Like, he needs to be locked the fuck up. You at the gym? The gym. Are you fucking serious? Like, and instead of taking the moment to talk about, like, the housing crisis or anything, you just wanted to say, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. And to be quite frank, when you hear terrible news and your stomach sinks and the first thing you think is, here's why it's not my fault, you had a role to play in it. And you should be fucking ashamed.
I don't care what anybody has to say. Something is off about that woman who let her kids pass away in that van. I swear, y'all, I've been seeing so many interviews with her family, all these people that just popped up out of nowhere. Where were these people at when those kids needed them? Where were these people at when them kids were freezing to death in that van? And I'm not trying to be funny, y'all, because I used to be homeless. I used to be homeless with my son for a few months. But not ever have I let my son sleep in a freezing cold parking garage in a freezing cold van. And then the grandmother said she was there and she fell asleep. Why did you not freeze? She said she was in the van with the kids when they fell asleep and passed away in their sleep, but she didn't freeze to death. What did you have? Did you have a blanket that you refused to give your kids, or what happened? And they're all crying, but I don't see no tears coming out their eyes. I can notice that. It's called body behavior language analysis, y'all. Something is off. And I'm not going to, I don't care what anybody has to say. I have situations where I really feel bad, you know, for the parent and for the other person who's in the situation. But it just, something about this is off. Like I said, go look at the interviews. All these people coming out her family saying that, oh yeah, they never helped her. Why didn't you help her? Why didn't you let her stay with you? Why didn't you let the kids at least stay with you so they have somewhere to sleep? Something's off about this, y'all. Especially with her saying, the grandmother saying that she was in the car when it happened. She fell asleep and she woke up. Why did you wake up?
The mayor of Detroit spoke out about this woman's children dying literally while they were all sleeping in a van together in a parking garage in the city of Detroit. She ran out of gas and could not get to the homeless shelter less than 2 miles away if she wanted to, if she knew it was there. And he came on TV live talking about how there was a shelter less than 2 miles away. Sweetheart, if nobody knows that they're there, or if your homeless services division isn't reaching back out to the people that need these services, they might as well not exist. You're doing the thing, but you're doing it wrong, honey. I don't care how many resources you have. If you're not allowing people to know about them, you might as well not even have them. This part right here.
So let me get this straight. 2 children passed away due to hypothermia because they are sleeping in a van with their other siblings and their grandmother. They interviewed the father of those children, and he said something to the effect of, I'm not here for the sob stories. Your children just died in the saddest way possible. And that's something that comes out of your mouth. Then, when the mom is interviewed, she's talking about how she asked him for help over and over again. Can he come get the kids? Can he help? He told her no. Then he said something like, well, she just asked me if I could watch him. She didn't say she was homeless. I don't care what the reasoning was. Those were your children too. And I'm not understanding how he's not understanding that that was his responsibility too. Then I read one article where it said that the mom was detained. And I'm just like, if she's detained, he need to be detained too. Because you're not telling me that he doesn't share in this responsibility. And then the saddest part of that, on top of them passing, she was taking care of all of her kids, herself, her mom, and her 2 teenage siblings. I can't imagine trying to take care of all these people and you think that you're doing the best you can and you lose your kids in that way. And then to have somebody who's supposed to be sharing in the responsibility of those children talk like that. And I'm not understanding. I feel so sorry for everybody, for her and her kids. I'm still not understanding why the mom and her 2 kids were there too. It's like, it seems like that mom had no help. Like, she was doing everything, including taking, the responsibility of her mom and her siblings. I don't see how he could get up there and fix his mouth to say that. I don't.
Okay, Tatiana Williams, okay? I finally listened to her interview about what happened with her 2-year-old and 9-year-old, okay, in Detroit, living in a minivan. Now, I want y'all to hear me out good, because, like I say, I'm going to say the things sometimes that people may not want to hear. When you have children, you are not just making decisions for yourself. You are making decisions for your children. Somebody said the child had a pull-up on and a T-shirt. If it is cold and y'all living in a car, that child should have been fully dressed with 3, 4, 5 pair of socks on her feet, whatever the case may be. When a child is cold, a child gonna keep telling you over and over and over, mama, I'm cold. Ain't no way in the world that they sat there and passed away in peace without letting you know that they were freezing. Okay, so if you as a mother should have took everything off your body and would have been buck naked to make sure that they was warm, that's what you had to do. When that car or van ran out of gas, you should have got out on feet and started walking and going to a gas station and begging somebody for $1 or $2 worth of gas. I told y'all, I'm going to say the things that people don't want to hear, and get mad at me from saying it, but this is the truth. Those babies are innocent, okay? We know that January and February is the coldest months, okay? It's freezing out there. And it's not freezing here in Louisiana, but from my understanding, Detroit, one of my TikTok friends here said it is very cold. She lived there. And also, you at the casino. I'm hoping and praying that these police do not find out that you had a gambling problem because you was parked on the 9th floor. I don't care if you would have had to act like you was sick and walk in the hospital, and I had to bring my children with me, my head hurting, I don't know, my chest hurting me, just to keep your children warm. I'm seeing too many children leaving this world on a funny-ass style. Also, this happened somewhere else a few months ago. I saw this on Facebook. A child starved to death. Y'all, I don't care if I have to go stick a pack of meat in my purse, and I know that's wrong. I'm going to have to ask God for forgiveness, okay? I don't care if I have to go to Walmart where they sell the chicken at and ask for some chicken and feed my children around the store and throw the bag behind. And I never done this, but I'm going to do what I have to do, basically what I'm trying to tell y'all. And take that bag and throw it to the side of somewhere. Okay, y'all don't see people do that at Walmart sometimes. I know it's trifling, but to keep my children alive and to make sure that they are good, I'm going to do what I have to do as a mother. This was uncalled for. This was unnecessary. And I understand that she's saying, I reached out for help. Baby, you reached out for help in November. You got to reach out every day, every day, every day until you damn near getting on somebody's nerves to help you. They have food banks. They have, and I'm not saying that her children was hungry, but also she said, my children had everything. I gave them everything. Only thing they didn't have was a home. I gave them electronics. I bought them this. Baby, put all that to the side. They needed the house. That's what they need. They need shelter. They need to eat every day. From my understanding, they were going to school. Sometimes we have to be hard on people. And those people that she reached out to rush her to the hospital for these children, I'm wondering why she couldn't stay with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I point the finger at everybody. At this point, these children should not be, well, the mama is finna bury them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. This is not a mistake. This is a choice a decision that she made that these children did not have to lose their life.
You didn't care enough about the children to go and pick them up because they could have died of hypothermia, but you care enough to start a GoFundMe? Please get up out my face. Shout out to Daily Hip Hop Tea, and I'm going to tag their page below because when I saw this video, I had to go look up this mess myself. So I went searching, and I was like, there's no way that this father had started a GoFundMe after his callous interview on that local TV station. Y'all, he did. So he had posted this GoFundMe, and it says, help us honor the memory of our two precious children. And it had raised about $395 before he himself had shut it down. But I had read through the comments of a lot of other individuals that they said they had found this GoFundMe and had reported it. Now, in the description of this GoFundMe, he has stated, I'm reaching out with a heavy heart to share the unimaginable loss my family has suffered. We recently lost two of our beloved children and have two more to care for. No words can describe the pain and grief we are experiencing as we navigate this devastating time. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought he only had 3 children with her. So who are the other 2 additional children? Now, it goes on to say that we are asking for any support you could provide and help us honor their memory and give them a farewell they deserve. Also to support with my children still here with us. I thought they only had 2, but I could be wrong. Finishes out and says, any donation, no matter how small, will mean the world to us. If you are unable to give, share this fundraiser would also be great. And then he said, thanks, kindness, hearts, prayers, and all that other stuff. Y'all, that's not all, because I had to go and do a little bit of investigative digging over on Facebook because I heard that his current girlfriend was posting a whole bunch of stuff about her Valentine's Day. Okay, so this is her Instagram page. She shut it down, and her username is its__Danny, DANNI. So this is her page. Now, before she had shut down her Instagram, because she posts in her stories quite frequently about her and him, she had posted this about Valentine's Day, and it says in the bottom caption, she said, thanks again, babes. And you can see that it's quite elaborate for Valentine's Day when you have children who are literally sleeping in a casino parking lot. Now, this is Danielle, or Danny, with an I, the girlfriend. This is the dad. This is him right here. Child, when I saw this, I was like, they're really living their best life. They were out gallivanting at bars and casinos. And I was blown away. Not thrown away. I was blown away. I was like, oh, they're just living their very happy, comfortable life. And then she had posted more pictures of them together kissing. A lot of the pictures were them kissing, being lovey-dovey. This was the one that sent the internet over the edge, the elaborate Valentine's Day setup. There were more pictures, but she had shut her page down too quick before anybody else was able to read the rest of her story. But child, when people saw that, they was like, I know you lying. And then this picture, I don't know what this is. I mean, like, you're out at a bar. They both look healthy. That's the word I'm going to use. And you know what I mean? Like, they look like they're having a ball at this bar. And obviously they're with friends because somebody else took this picture of them together. So you're out, you know how to be able to access funds and money to go have fun and Valentine's Day and bar hop. But where were either of them at the time that the mother of his 3 or 4 children was sleeping in a casino parking lot?
All right, you guys, we're going to talk about this because I have to talk about this. Well, this is Tiana Williams. She's 29. She was homeless, living in her car. 2 of her children were pronounced unalive due to hypothermia in Detroit, Michigan. She was parked in a casino car garage. The children were 2 and 9. The boy was 9. The little girl was 2. But I really want to shed more light on something else as well. I seen an interview on her with her child's father, and it blew me. I'm going to play a little clip, and then we're going to talk about it. Hold up.
I need help. You know I'm homeless. I done kept a room this long. I couldn't keep it no more.
They were homeless. Had Tatiana ever reached out asking to?
No, she did not. All she said was, can I get them? Can I get them? Just to get them, and can I get them because y'all homeless? That's too different.
So what I'm trying to understand from that, you said you didn't, he just said he didn't know that they was homeless because she didn't tell him that, but she asked you to come get the kids. But my thing is, he stated on the rest of the video, he stated that the last time he seen his kids was a month or two. They normally FaceTime. So that's telling me you're not really involved like that. Then he stated that his family member stayed around a corner that she could have asked for help. And I'm like, stayed around what corner? Because she been homeless for some months. So I'm trying to figure out what corner was that. What else was he saying? He basically said that she needs to hold her sob story. That's so crazy because we're talking about a FaceTime, Dad. Like, you don't even, like, she asked you, oh, I didn't know that they were homeless when she said get them. That lady said she told, like, I'm sure that lady told them that we're homeless. And I'm sure even if she didn't, I'm sure streets talk too. But I'm sure this lady is not lying about this. This is crazy.
Now, this unfortunate situation is a situation that should not have happened, especially as most cities in the US have structures that will help people that are homeless. Now, the temperature is dropping and these are kids. Now, the two kids were 9 and 2 years. And I believe she did the right thing in contacting quite a lot of people to try and help her. She said she contacted the homeless shelters, about 3, and none of them were receptive. She even also contacted the baby daddy to try and get him to take the kids, at least while she's still trying to sort things out. And that one did not answer her. Now, I've seen some comments that have said that the homeless shelters actually contacted her back. And I don't know if that is true or if they're trying to cover up for something. I'm not sure. But if that is true, I don't know exactly what they told her. Maybe she did not like what she was being told, or maybe she didn't like where they directed her to. There are some people that have said that some part of her story doesn't make sense and they are doubting her honesty in the whole situation. Now, I don't have so much information about some of the discrepancies in her statement. Probably as things are being investigated, we would understand what exactly happened and we'll know if she was telling the truth about how she found the kids and how the whole incident happened. But in this video, I want to highlight some of the things that the father has said, the deadbeat father, in my own opinion. Now, he was asked how he used to contact the kids, and he says FaceTime, and was also talking about the fact that he has not talked to them like that for like a month or so. And I am just like, you are probably not giving child support. You're probably not giving her child support, and she has 3 of your kids with her. You don't even know their living condition. You did not even find out what's going on with them. When she called you to come and take the kids, you're not saying there's a difference between her calling to say come and take your kids and come and take your kids, I'm homeless. I don't get it. As in, what audacity does he have to even say he doesn't want to listen to sub story? You are practically not in their lives. You practically don't know anything about those kids. You are just FaceTiming them probably once a month, and you are now having the higher moral ground to talk about how she was taking care of the kids when you are practically non-existent in their life. Now you also have the audacity to go and open a GoFundMe campaign for the memory of your kids. Kids that you were not bothered about when they were alive. But now you want to put out a sub story, get people to donate. Now, some people were saying in the comment section that it's probably his girlfriend that started the GoFundMe. I don't know about that. But from the pictures and things that people took down from her page before she closed the page, there's something wrong with that man and his girlfriend. At this point in time that he has lost his 2 kids, he still has the time to do Valentine stuff for his girlfriend. And he was saying he was in the gym when she called about him taking his kids. with that kind of selfish girlfriend, there's no how he would have been able to take those kids and bring them to the house. It looks like the girlfriend is not concerned about the kids he had with his baby mama. She's just concerned about the man. And I don't understand how some women will see some red flags and be thinking it is white or it is pink, because this man is clearly a deadbeat father. He's clearly not concerned about his kids. And how do you think someone like that, someone whose kids died, and you are more concerned about, she did not tell me she was homeless. If she told me, would you have gone? That's a question I have for him. Would you have gone to take those kids? Would you have gone to keep the kids warm in your house? Would you have gone to take care of the kids? So kids that you were just FaceTiming, you were never in their lives like that. And you're now trying to blame the woman and trying to like make her look like a very terrible person, when you're equally to blame for their situation. Because why didn't you go and take those kids and help her out while she's trying to sort out accommodation for them? And the girlfriend thinks that that kind of person is actually a great person to have as a boyfriend or future baby daddy. I don't get it. I really don't understand the girlfriend. I don't understand the baby daddy. The whole interview that he did, the fact that he did a GoFundMe campaign after being nonchalant about the kids when they were alive, is so annoying. It's like he needs a brain resetting slap to just make him act right. Now, I don't know how he's going to be involved in the remaining kids' life, because he was not a good father to the other kids. He was not a good father to all the kids. But I don't know if this situation would change his attitude, and he will be, and if he will be more active in the last kid's life. But I'm not keeping my fingers crossed for that kind of person, with the action of his girlfriend, who was more concerned about the Valentine's Day and their trip going out and the rest. I don't think he is going to want to have anything to do with the remaining kids. And some people are like, in fact, he might be happy that two of them are gone, because he doesn't have to pay child support or anything. And I seriously doubt he was paying child support before they died. But now he doesn't have to be responsible for anything. He doesn't have to like be concerned about those kids. So he might actually be glad. I'm not saying he's glad, but the way he's acting, he's not concerned about the kids at all, in my own opinion. Any which way, I don't know what's going to happen to the mother, because there's going to be an investigation into if there's any foul play, if she actually did not take care of them properly, and that eventually led to the kids being unalive due to hypothermia. I don't know if everything she has been saying is the truth, but like I said, there's going to be an investigation, and if she's found guilty, she's going to have to pay. And it's just unfortunate that she was the one with the kids, and maybe she made a mistake that has now cost the lives of the kids, and she's going to be made to pay for it. And meanwhile, the deadbeat father that's not involved in the kids, in the training of the kids or taking care of the kids, is going to get away scot-free, because being deadbeat is not a crime, but making a mistake that has led to the death of the kids is definitely going to be punished by the law. So I don't really know what's going to happen to the woman, to the mother, but I'm sure the deadbeat father is going to continue his life, and is probably not going to look back, because there's a possibility that CPS might take the remaining kids and put them in foster care or something. Yeah, and I'm sure it's not going to like fight for the remaining kid that he has. It's just going to allow the child to go into foster care or something. I really hope things are resolved better for the mother and the remaining kids, and even the grandmother of the kids. Any which way, I don't know what you guys think about this whole situation. Do you think that the mother was careless in taking care of the kids? Do you think that the deadbeat father was right to call her out on what has happened and say that he doesn't want to hear any sub story, and that she probably was the cause of the kids passing away. I would love to hear what you think about this whole situation. So please leave your comment in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.